Namaste students. In this video we are going to see a new chapter, that is circles, chapter 10, Introduction to Circles. We have seen circle everywhere. No? What is the meaning of circle? Can you tell me? A circle is a collection of all points in a plane which are at a constant distance. Constant distance is nothing but radius from a fixed point, that is center. Clear? The definition of the circle is a circle is a collection of all points in a plane which are at a constant distance from a fixed point. Next, recall some basic terms in circle. Center. Center of a circle. O is the center of a circle. OA is a radius. And BE is a diameter. And circumference. Which one is the circumference? Is the distance around the circle is a circumference. Next, chord. Yes, chord is a straight line segment with its endpoints on the circumference of a circle. AB, AE are the chord, and BE is also a chord, but that one also a diameter. Longest chord is a diameter. And one more information is there, that interior of a circle and exterior of the circle. Arc. An arc is a part of a circumference of a circle. Part of a circumference of a circle. Minor arc, the smaller portion will be a minor arc, and major portion will be a major arc. And then segment, the portion between the chord and the arc is a segment. With the minor arc, with the chord is a minor segment, and major arc with the chord is a major segment. Next, sector. Sector of a circle is a portion of a circle enclosed by two radii and an arc. Two radii and then arc. The minor portion will be minor sector and major portion will be a major sector. These are all concepts we studied already in our previous classes. Now you are going to see a new topic, that circle and a line in a plane. Circle and a line. The relationship between the circle and a line only we are going to see in this chapter. Clear kana? See the first figure, that circle and AB is a line. There is no intersecting point. There is no connection between the lines and the circle. That is, line AB and the circle have no common points. Next, see the next figure. A circle and a line AB intersect at the point M and N. The line AB and the circle have two common points, M and N. It is secant. If the line and the circle have the two common point means, then we can call that line be secant. Okay. See the next figure, circle and a line AB. There is only one point P which is common to the line AB and a circle. Which is common to the line AB and a circle. This is called the tangent. The line AB is a tangent. Now tell me student, what is the meaning of secant? If the line segment that forms a chord of a circle is extended on both the sides, the straight line with 2 points on the circle is known as a secant. Clear children? That's the line secant touches the circle in 2 points. 2 intersecting points will be there. Next, tangent. Tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only one point. Intersects the circle at only one point. Clear kana? So, circle with the center Q and L is a line. L is a line and is the tangent. The tangent to a circle is a line that intersects a circle at only one point P. That common point P of the tangent and the circle is called the point of contact. Is called the point of contact. That point P is the point of contact. So L is a tangent line and P is a point of contact and Q is the center. Clear all of you, Kana? Now we are going to see one important theorem. Now listen. Next, theorem 10.1. This is very important theorem. Tangent radius theorem. Otherwise, we call this as tangent radius theorem. Statement: the tangent at any point of a circle, tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius, through the point of contact, This is a tangent. XY is a tangent at any point, You can take a P as any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius. If you draw the radius, this is radius, through the point of contact, it is perpendicular. You have to prove that this is perpendicular. OP is perpendicular to XY. That only we have to prove. Okay. Now, first what we have to write? Given is a circle with center O, and a tangent XY, A circle with a center O and a tangent XY to the circle at a point P. Next, what we have to prove? To prove that OP is perpendicular to XY. OP is perpendicular to XY. We have to prove that one day. Before that, I am going to draw one line. Construction. Take a point. Take any point Q. Take any point Q. I'm going to mark here Q. Take any point Q different from P. On the tangent XY. Clear? So now join OQ, meet the circle at R. It meet the circle at R. Join OQ and it meet the circle at R. Clear? What is given? A circle with the center O and a tangent XY to the circle at a point P. Okay. Next, prove that OP is perpendicular to XY. And then construction. Take any point Q different from P on the tangent XY. And join OQ. It meet the circle at R. Clear? R, Q, O, P. And then now proof. First, from the construction I am going to start. Now OQ. How we can write OQ, Kana? OR plus RQ. We can write now OR plus RQ. OR plus RQ. So instead of that OR, we can substitute OP, no? Both are radius. OR is the radius of the circle as well as OP is radius of the circle. So instead of OR, I am going to substitute OP since it is radius. Okay. So OQ is equal to OP plus RQ. So obviously OQ is greater than OP, isn't it? OQ is greater than OP because we are adding with some length RQ. So we can write OQ is greater than OP. OP is lesser than OQ. We can write this one also. OP lesser than OQ. Clear kana? First OQ is equal to OR plus RP. Instead of OR we can write OP. OP plus RQ. So OQ greater than OP. Change this left hand side and right hand side, that OP lesser than OQ. OP lesser than OQ. Clear? Therefore, OP is the shortest distance. Why OP is the shortest distance? How we can tell? See here, OP is the shortest distance of all the infinitely lines from O to the line XY, So we proved that OP is the shortest distance. OP is the shortest distance to the line XY, Since we know that shortest distance from a point to a line is the perpendicular distance. Is a perpendicular line perpendicular to the distance. Since we know that the shortest distance from the point to a line is the perpendicular distance, that must be a perpendicular distance. Okay, therefore we can tell that OP perpendicular to XY, therefore we can tell that the tangent to any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Clear all of you? So tangent to any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. If you join the center and to the point of contact, then it will make perpendicular line, that is 90 degree. Clear, children? Next topic, number of tangents. Number of tangents we can draw from a point on a circle. In this we have three cases. First one is a point A lying inside the circle. If a point lie inside the circle means how many tangents we can draw. We can't draw any tangent, that there will be no tangent if a point lie inside the circle. Next case, a point A lying on the circle. A point A lying on the circle means we can draw only one tangent. We can draw only one tangent. If a point lying on the circle means we can draw only one tangent. Next, third case, a point A lying outside the circle. In this case, a point A going to lie outside the circle means two tangents from the point. We can draw two tangents from the point. AB and AC are the two tangents. So for the first case, we can't draw any tangent. In the second case, we can draw only one tangent if the point on the circle means. And we can draw two tangent if the point lie outside the circle, exterior of the circle. Means we can draw two tangents. Next, length of tangent. Which one is the length of tangent? Now see the figure. Tell me that which is tangent here. AC and BC are the tangents. The length of tangent is equal. The length of tangent, that only we are going to prove in the next theorem. Before that, see what is length of tangent. The length of the segment of the tangent from the external point and the point of contact with the circle is called the length of the tangent. Clear Kana? From the external point to the point of contact. From the external point to the point of contact with the circle is called the length of tangent. So AC is the length of tangent and BC is also length of tangent. Clear? Now see the important theorem, children. Next, theorem 10.2, equal tangent theorem, otherwise called as equal tangent theorem. The length of tangents drawn from an external point. So we all studied from the external point we can draw two tangents. PA and PB are the two tangents. From the external point we can draw two tangents. No, that the length of PA and PB are equal. That we have to prove. Clear? So the length of tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So we have to prove that PA is equal to PB. We have to prove that PA is equal to PB. Next, given. Let, first what we have to write? Given. Let P be an external point. Let P be an external point to a circle. To a circle. Let PA and PB are length of tangents from P to the circle. PA and PB are the length of tangents. Length of tangents. Then what we have to prove, Kana? PA is equal to PB. The length of the tangents are equal if we draw from the external point. Then construction. Join OA, OB and OP. How it look like, Kana? See OA and the tangent. OB and the tangent. See OB and the tangent. It will make 90 degree. It will make 90 degree by the tangent radius theorem. By the tangent radius theorem, we can tell that this is 90 degree and this one also 90 degree. Clear? If we join a point from the center to the point of contact, if we join from the center to the point of contact, it will make 90 degree. It will make 90 degree. Clear, Kana? So, by the tangent radius theorem, we know that OB is perpendicular to the line PB and OA is perpendicular to the line PA. That only I am going to write first, okay, in the proof. By tangent radius theorem, we can tell that angle OAP is equal to 90 degree and OBP is equal to 90 degree. Clear? The two triangles, that OAP and OBP, two triangles are right angled triangle at A and B. So we have to prove that OA is equal to OB. How we can tell that the sides are equal? When we can tell that the sides are equal? If we proved that the two triangles are congruent, then we can tell that the corresponding sides are equal. Clear Kana? So what we are going to do? We are going to take two triangles first, OAP and OBP, and we are going to prove that it is congruent, and then I am going to tell by CPCT corresponding sides are equal. PA and PB are equal. That only I am going to prove. Clear? So how we can prove that the two triangles are congruent? This is 90 degree and this one is 90 degree. Yeah, we know that one. But we can use that one. By which congruent rule? We have to identify that which congruent rule we can prove. Since we have 90 degree, I am going to choose RHS congruent rule. RHS congruent rule. In that RHS congruent rule, what we have to tell, one angle must be 90 degree and the hypotenuse must be equal and one side must be equal. So hypotenuse, which one is a hypotenuse? This is hypotenuse. So OP is equal to OP. It is common to both the triangles. This triangle, to both the triangles OAP and OBP. Both the triangles OP is a common. So it is equal. And one side OA and OB are equal. How OA and OB are equal? Because it is radius. Because it is radius. Okay, so this side and this side is equal because it is radius. Because it is radius, and this is common and this one is common. Okay, and this one is 90 degree. By using this RHS congruent rule, I am going to prove the theorem. Okay, so now first I am going to take two triangles. Triangle OAP and triangle OBP is a right angled triangle. That only I am going to take. OA is equal to OB because it is radius. Because it is radius. And then OP is equal to OP. It is common. It is common. And then angle OAP is equal to angle OBP, each 90 degree. Each 90 degree. Therefore, triangle OAP is congruent to the triangle OBP by RHS congruent rule. RHS congruent rule. Write the full form in your classwork. Okay. Since the two triangles are congruent, we can tell that PA is equal to PB by CPCT. Clear? So now we proved that the length are equal. Therefore, hence the length of tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. Clear kana? So we have to separate into two triangle and we have to prove that the two triangles are congruent. Then easily we can tell PA is equal to PB by CPCT. Are you all clear, children?